Hello, and welcome back to Pokemon Yellow. As you may have noticed, the previous videos have not had proper titles, and that's because I was kind of tired of the mess that happened in between everything. And I will be working on this sometime next week. That is my original plan, at least. And I will be readjusting some titles, and I will be renaming some things to have it be named properly. So I hope things will be a little bit better later on. That's a beautiful start to this grind, that's for sure. After this Pokemon levels up, I think I'm gonna head to Vermilion City to grind more in different areas, but for now I kind of wanted to grind here. Not for any particular reason, but I just wanted to do that for a bit. On the other hand, I do still need to visit Bale, so I will see how it goes. Maybe I will do it differently. Yeah, I'll just use tackle this time. That's just great. Or should I just continue? Yeah, maybe I should just continue with grinding, but this time I'll just switch out. I also want to improve the quality of the thumbnails that I put up to have it a little bit more personal flavor, but I'm not someone that is actually able to edit images, or at least I have never attempted it, and I do not have a good system to do anything with. Good. Yeah, I mean, this is kind of to be expected, isn't it? Well, okay, I can't even do anything to this Pokemon, huh? That's not good. Well, we'll just go back to this kind of battle, a very slow grind. Just kind of a trap with mushrooms and I don't know, a very cheery looking oddish or radish fighting it out. I think I might just head back to the Pokemon Center because this isn't helping. Okay, that just isn't good. Alright. Good thing you can still escape rap after being God darn it. It is infuriating because you literally cannot attack, and that's not something I can um, deal with. I literally am unable to actually deal with several continuous attacks while I cannot attack at all, and it just takes a couple of turns. Yeah, basically it's an insta kill if the opponent chooses to use this move all the time and doesn't miss, because then you're literally unable to. You cannot fight back. This is just. This just isn't okay. Are you? Leave me alone with that rap move. Come on. Well, thanks for at least finishing one Pokemon off. That helps a bit because this time I get the first. Never mind. I would get the first turn, but I am still not quick enough to deal with that stuff. This is lovely. I'm just being humiliated here. Thanks. This is just lovely. Just perfect. I'm not. Yeah, thank you. Finally, I wasn't going to go for supersonic in this case. Okay, I'm out. I am just not going to deal with that any further. Not until I, you know, do the thing at the place with the person in the location at a certain time. Alright. I actually had a pretty good day. I guess I should just talk a little bit more about how my day went if I am playing these, sessions. Because otherwise I do not always have anything to talk about. What I did today was I finally had some progress with my small project where I tried to recreate the Pokemon region that I'm currently in, Kanto, but in Age of Empires 2. There's a scenario editor, and I use this to recreate the region itself by putting similar buildings and similar um, scenery items around. And I tried to make it into some sort of multiplayer map for people to play online if they want to. Thought it would be a lot of fun. And I finally managed to correct a mistake I made because I positioned everything according to the wrong point of reference. There were two statues that are supposed to be um, right next to each other, but I accidentally put one of the statues in front of the other, and I didn't notice until I already placed a lot of other scenery items based on the second statue's position, but that was the incorrect position. And rearranging stuff is really time consuming and difficult to do properly. But luckily, I was able to do it in one go once I finally figured out how to copy paste it, copy paste the area to the degree that I needed it to. So I'm really happy about that. I can finally continue with where I left off, and I want to do that in I don't know, the coming weeks or whatever. I unfortunately cannot really record with my PC, but I will probably leave a link to maybe a Steam page or whatever um, on a YouTube video of someone that talks about interesting maps. I will just try if I am allowed to advertise my stuff and see how it goes from there. I'm fairly satisfied with the work I've done so far because I had to make a lot of compromises because the game is not really suited to be made to recreate a different game in it. And cliff sides, for instance, are much larger in Age of Empires 2 when it comes to the tiles that they use up. But one cliff side basically encompasses three tiles, while in the Pokemon games, a cliffside can be one tile in width, which means that it's just not going to be feasible to match everything up. So that's why I have decided to only focus on the aspects that are, well, unrelated to cliffs, and the cliffs will be smaller and kind of disproportionately structured compared um, to the overworld in Pokemon, but everything else is approximately the same position. I also had to make a compromise with trees because in the game in Age of Empires 2, you do not have the ability to place trees in a nice, neat grid in between certain tiles. They are always going to be in a separate tile in a way, right? And the trees are always one tile in size, while in the Pokemon games, sometimes you have trees that seem to be placed on the intersections of tiles, and these tiles are also able to be covered more easily by larger trees than the scenario editor allows in Age of Empires 2, which I guess makes sense. They weren't meant to be like each other. The games were never made for this sort of stuff in mind at all. I just thought it was funny to do, and I'm having a lot of fun again with it, so that is definitely something I am really happy about. So I definitely hope that things will improve. I will definitely try to keep doing this sort of stuff over the I, coming weeks. One unfortunate aspect is that the sizes are kind of ridiculous because, well, I try to put things into the right proportions, but it seems that I can't really do that in certain cases because the in-game world is a little bit larger than I would like it to be for when it comes to Pokemon, which results in the map needing to be larger in Age of Empires 2, and this could result in, yeah, well, how do I put this? Suboptimal placements of towns and cities. And another issue is definitely the fact that there are also a lot of missing things. for instance, do not really have a carpet that I want to use or can use in Age of Empires 2, and that's a shame. And there's just a lot of other things that are not available in the game, and I'll just have to find ways around this issue. Maybe there's a way of making everything work. Another issue is that if I increase the size any further, I'm now screwing around with the map that was designed for 8 players. I will have one small issue, and that is that the game will be very laggy due to the size, which is something I obviously would like to avoid, not only for testing, but also just for the enjoyability of other um, people. But at the moment, that seems to not be able, because my PC is already a piece of shit. But what's worse is the fact that I cannot even have a larger map than I actually need. I would like to have one that is just, well, let's say the size of France, the size of modern day France. I would like something to that scope, but I guess that I get why that would be infeasible. It's just that the Pokemon world is just slightly larger than I had hoped, and I could shrink it down, but then a lot of places will not be recognizable anymore, making this whole endeavor pointless. But if I have the largest size, I will have an issue of lag everywhere. So I guess I'll just have to change certain things. I guess that's fine. I don't think that's really an issue. It's just something I need to work around with. I mean, it's not really going to be too much of an issue, I don't think. It's just that some things are definitely not going too well. Okay, let's use Supersonic as our last ditch. Never mind. Alright. Yeah, fluffy it is then. I mean, Absorb is definitely not gonna help me out here. And Marcus definitely isn't helping either. I could have sung, but I don't think that would have made sense either. Because of the lower accuracy. Ooh, let's go with this then. Yeah, I wonder, can I... If I get it disabled, do I just use Struggle? That would be beneficial, wouldn't it? Because in that case, I would at least be able to do some, regular damage rather than being, being resisted. But I guess it won't matter because this is just gonna... Oh, okay, there we go. Yeah, I can understand that. Wait. What's going on here? Okay, well... Why does that happen before... Okay. That's weird. Well, this definitely was a waste. Marcus, I believe in you. I know you can't do anything, but I still believe in you. It's kind of expecting a baby to be able to write a novel, and if this baby doesn't write it, you get executed, and you know you're doomed. You know you will die, but you're still rooting for that little baby. Little Rosie trying to use her diaper as a way of typing letters onto a keyboard. And you know everything is going to be smeared over with poop. Nothing is going to come out of this situation. You will just die, but you're still rooting for it. That's kind of the you're still rooting for the baby. That's kind of the situation that I feel myself in. A Pokemon with no fighting capabilities, just being able to splash around, and I still put faith into the little red bastard, because I am such a generous asshole. generous because I have belief in people or Pokemon that do not deserve any kind of belief in them, and then also because I actually openly admit that these people or Pokemon are absolute worthless garbage. Worthless. I think Bellsprout definitely has the face of a, cold-blooded murderer. Look at that face. It is so cheery. It knows what its finds are capable of. It knows that it's able to strangle the life of any living being, and it will just demolish everything in its path, given the chance. It will kill you, your family, your parents, I don't know, your teacher from high school that taught math and you didn't really like. But yeah, they will still kill them just to spite you. Ooh, I mean, oh no. So, we definitely finally have a bunch of Pokemon with the same level once again. And life is balanced again, as it should be. Yeah, should I do it? Probably not. Let's just not screw around in this situation. Let's just go with switching out. I know I would never be able to survive and absorb. So only in the event that absorb missed would I have been able to survive that encounter. But luckily, I just decided to switch out. I definitely feel a little bit more satisfied with playing in this manner, with switching out constantly, because I think it feels a little bit more like your Pokemon are actually fighting together rather than one at a time. I think it just has a certain kind of charm to it that is hard to explain. Yeah, well, let's just go with something else this time. Why not? I definitely want to make several teams, but I think I might do that in my Let's Play for Pokemon Fire Red that I want to do sometime soon. Maybe somewhere in April. I should be done with this Let's Play then. And I will let this Let's Play be on the, you know, uh, how would I describe this? I would want this to be more something that I will be remembered for. No, I'm joking, of course. But I want this to be a little bit higher quality than anything else. Although I know that there's still mic pops going on. I cannot deny this. I also discovered that it isn't necessarily my fault because I'm holding my phone the way you normally would hold a phone if you want to watch some sort of video. You normally would hold it in landscape mode, right? Um, and I do this, and I kind of know where the microphone and speaker is, but it's still a mess. Personally, I wish that they just had a microphone on the front and a better speaker on the back if they insist on putting the speaker there. Something that is loud and maybe reflects sound towards you rather than the way they have done it on my phone. It's awful. But yeah, it's just an issue that my finger can always be close to this microphone without me even knowing it. So yeah, that is incredibly frustrating. It's not even something I think you can fix. But I could turn my phone around, but then the speaker will be on my left side, near my finger. So I'm just replacing one issue with the same issue, but on the other side. So it's not really so much replacement, but rather just doing something else, but with the same outcome. Not exactly ideal. So let's see how this ends up. How many Odysseus do we need to fight? How much suffering do we need to sustain? What can we do to fight the menace of the grass? I'm not exactly philosophical, I'm just kind of depressed and I do not know what to say. I guess the only thing that my Let's Plays would really be good for is an example of how not to do audio design, or to have something in the background without any sound. Seriously, I want to be upfront here. If you want to use my videos as some sort of background, you know, video footage for some other video, you have my permission. You do not even need to credit me, to be honest. It would be nice if you do credit me, but I don't care. I honestly don't care. This is not something that I'm really feeling strong towards or strongly towards. Whether or not you give me credit for this, it's just some video of me playing the game. And if you think, well, I don't care about who made this, and I just want to, you know, do this video on the game, or maybe on a different game, and you use this as an example of a different game, that's fine. You do not need my permission to use this footage. Just, mute my voice or whatever. You mute the entire video if you want to. That's absolutely fine by me. Use it as background stuff. I honestly don't care, I'm not saying it's terrible, it's just that my voice isn't really adding anything you need. It's kind of funny that sand attack is able to work all the time, except when it fails for a random reason, or a reason that you can always ascertain. But one thing that is what the hell? Oh my god! I thought I was going to. Okay, well, I'm sending out the wrong Pokemon. Lovely. Um, you can even use Sand Attack when you are underwater somehow. In the third generation games, to be more specific, in Pokemon Ruby, Sapphire, and Emerald, you're able to dive underwater, but I think you can still use Sand Attack somehow. I mean, you can also do this in other places where it wouldn't really make sense. Maybe in, well, let's see, just a grass field. I mean, where are you getting the sand from is my question. I don't know, maybe it's a silly thing to think about. It's not a game that you are supposed to take very seriously, but I still find it interesting to, well, to see what kind of nonsense they come up with. You're using my kind of strategy of just using quick attack. I mean, it's a very valid strategy. I cannot deny that. Yeah, I think I'm just gonna go with this. We finished. Or not. Yoo-hoo-hoo. Okay, cool. Thanks for saving the day. Speaking of which, let's just save the game properly this time, so we do not have any issues. There we go. I wonder why this is called a bridge. This bridge is completely unnecessary. I mean, if it were a toll bridge, I would sort of understand it. Although it makes me wonder why you would have to pay toll as a minor. Come on. You can't expect these children to have jobs, so why would they have enough money to pay for toll? Imagine if that would be the case in real life. If you want to get to school, you would need to go through a dark tunnel first, and you would need to pay a little amount of money in order to cross a bridge that is essential for you to even get to school. Imagine if someone would steal your lunch money and you need to go home through some sort of detour, or you would need to ask your parents to pick you up. That would be horrible. Someone should write a novel about that, or maybe a movie, animated series, I don't know, or a poem, anything, really. I'm just gonna scratch this bird into oblivion and then see where we can reach. Reach to the stars, reach to the moon, who knows, reach to fandom? I don't know, I just want to reach out to greatness. I'm not sure why I mentioned fandom then. It's not exactly great all the time to be seen as famous or anything like that. You know, I am made out of ground, so why is sand attack even effective on me? That's what I am wondering. Oh, you gnarly bastard. Ah, whatever. Okay, now we can get our revenge on these Pokemon for what they did in the war. I don't know if they did anything in the war, whatever war it is. Anyway, back to grinding and switching out. Yeah, okay, so we should just go with what? With this, maybe? Yeah, sure, why not? I wonder if other trainers ever train their Pokemon off screen, if they ever walk and go into the grass, because you usually do not see this. They definitely are never seen fight another Pokemon. I mean, in some Pokemon games, you can see characters walking through, walking through grass, but that usually doesn't seem to prevent them from just, you know, interacting with you. They will never actually encounter a wild Pokemon in this way, which I think is kind of weird, right? It doesn't seem to make sense. Why shouldn't they encounter a wild Pokemon? You do the same thing as they do, but you always encounter a wild Pokemon eventually. Yeah, if Gust was a flying type move, I would be screwed. Kind of hope we can find another Bellsprout. And that's a Pidgey. Kind of the opposite of a Bellsprout in a way. I mean, one of them is a warm-blooded bird, and the other one is a non-blooded plant. So, you know. Or maybe Pokemon do have blood, even the grass type Pokemon. Huh. Yeah, I don't think they will ever properly explain anything here. I mean, yeah, I could switch up, but what's the point? I mean, this is kind of silly anyway. Oh, you with your sand attack. I mean, it's a valid strategy. I'm not gonna give you any props for it, but I will give you credit for using a strategy. Yeah, that's kind of what I mean, isn't it? Should I just use? Nah. I want to use more Pokemon than just one, if I can help it, because then I'm actually able to level up several Pokemon at once if the experience points needed happen to line up. Personally, I think that moves that involve you sapping the energy of your opponents should always hit. I don't think they should be able to miss at all. They should have, you know, infinite accuracy in a way, just a guarantee to hit. Because it's not something that is done at a distance, right? It's not something that requires some sort of charge, like maybe tackle, and it's not a proper distance based, not a based. It's not a move that is done from a distance, such as anything that is water almost, and almost everything that's fire. Anything that is basically a non-contact attack. You would imagine that this would not require the person. I keep saying person. The Pokemon. I guess a lot of other YouTubers have the same issue, but the Pokemon doesn't require to get close. So I can understand why these moves are able to miss. But you suck the energy out of your Pokemon. I would imagine that they would come in close and then do something that allows them to take energy from their opponent. I'm not sure why I even did that because yeah, it basically just restores all of its HP, so there's very little point in me doing this nonsense. Oh well, that's just me, I suppose. Sometimes I do silly things just to point them out, just to say, hey, wasn't that silly what I did? And everyone nods in agreement. Yeah, it was silly what they did. And then I just feel silly. I need to be more of a person that people will say, hey, she is actually pretty, decent at this game, or she knows what she is talking about, but apparently that doesn't happen too much. Because I can be a little bit fluffy in my brain, like Fluffy Fia. That's not the reason why I called Fluffy Fia Fluffy Fia. I thought it just sounded funny. And these Pokemon are quite fluffy. Yeah, what to do now? What to do? Well, we can go here. Yeah, unfortunately, this isn't going to help you too much. Maybe I should just go to Insectlay right away next time. I probably should. Makes more sense anyway. I just want to go with the one with the highest HP, but that's not always going to be viable or essential to the situation. I like it that my character seems to be up to their nose in the grass. Seems a bit, well, awful because that itches. That itches, or tickles rather. Not something that you want to experience. Speaking of which, I really do not like seeing the grass in my neighborhood because it's all covered with garbage that people just literally toss out of their windows. I think that's awful, such an awful practice. But what can you do? Not much. I mean, you could try to find people, you could try to capture them on camera, but if you are already the kind of person that tosses their garbage away, I don't think you're going to be the kind of person that would listen to reason or the place of sorry, the the place, not the police, the place of people to stop you doing this nonsense. I had some pretty good food today. I had some avocado on white buns. It was actually really nice. It just has a very soft and very subtle taste, and I really enjoy avocado. Kind of annoying that they tend to be, I guess, expensive due to the way they are grown, and they're not necessarily the best kind of food to eat as a vegan who is also trying to be environmentally conscious. But sometimes you have these days where you are just eating something because it's, tasting good. All right, back to, well, switching out my Pokemon. I almost want to say that you're also welcome to download my videos and edit them so they make a little bit more sense. Maybe fix the audio and then upload them to your own channel. But I don't think people will stand for that because the quality isn't that good to begin with. My commentary isn't always the best. And it is kind of strange that someone would upload that unless they would acknowledge that it's not theirs to begin with, because otherwise people will just figure that out very quickly, right? So, oh, right. I keep forgetting this for some reason. That's the only one, right? Yeah, that's the only one. How about that? Okay, now I need to put the correct Pokemon in the correct place. This would have been changed with this. Oh wait, no, darn it. Now I have to do more work. This is annoying, but whatever. That's how it should be. Yeah, that is how it should be. Nice. Okay, so this will be the last batch, meaning that I will not actually be switching out any Pokemon at the moment. Or maybe I will. I guess it depends on how things go. But now all the remaining Pokemon are level 14. The ones in my PC are all level 15. So yeah, that is nice indeed. I've actually taken a look at the town map that we received from, I think, Daisy in the first episode. Unfortunately, it doesn't work the way you might want it to work. You can only go to predetermined places with it. Basically, you tap the directional pad up to go to the next one, and down for the previous location, which is definitely not ideal. It just takes longer than it should take if you want to go to a specific location and see what is going on. I guess those are the limitations of certain late 90s video games for Game Boy, Game Boy Color, that sort of stuff. I imagine that they didn't originally plan for this to be so wonky, but maybe they just didn't care. Who knows? let's not deal with this. Let's just try to get out of this situation. This isn't really helpful to me in any kind of way. I mean, maybe I should go to a different place now? I don't know. It definitely is somewhat annoying to have to deal with quick attacks all the time. But there is very little I can do about it. Except not fight, but that's kind of the whole point of me doing this in the first place. Yeah, well, what now? Well, I guess this would be the most logical option. Sure, type disadvantage, but seeing as PG doesn't have any flying type moves yet, it doesn't matter too much. I guess Gust is taking its toll on me. Oh my gosh, it was so close. This is like 1 or 2 HP remaining. Kind of the equivalent of, or the equivalence of someone hanging off from the side of a cliff with their fingernail. It's just not going to be too, well, difficult to make sure that they fall off, right? Look, I'm a person that likes my tortillas, but I do not like your wraps. Do you understand me? Because this has gotten absolutely tiresome. This is just... It is obnoxious. It is something I do not appreciate. Let's just disable this, as a matter of fact. Right, it doesn't disable anything that you want, it disables things at random. Nice timing for forgetting such a critical thing, Spike. That's always good. And it stops being disabled the second that... Alright. Victory was never something that was in our grasp, was it? I'm just gonna go with Supersonic then. If it would not fail, that is. If it would have succeeded, I would have been happy. Just as happy as this Bellsprout is after stabbing my person in the face. And you may think, what's a person? How do you have a person? Well, I kind of mean that they screw over my character that I'm playing, right? Ah, whatever. Still no level up? Well, that's fine. It should happen soon enough. I'm not gonna check their experience points. I'm just not. I don't think I want to do that ever again. That may seem a little bit strange, but I don't want to see that. I mean, it doesn't really add anything to my ability to organize. Because I'm organizing based on level in the first place, so their experience points do not really matter too much in the grand scheme of things. I kind of wish that Pokemon would have the ability to actually flee from battle. Poison powder. Hallelujah. Well, not really, but you know. Alright, now we have something else to work with. That is nice. I mean, should I switch? No, no, I'm not gonna switch out.
There we go. Well, now we have rep on our side, so yeah, that's something interesting. And of course, we miss, so yeah. Is it just me, or does my Pokemon, Bellsprout, kind of look like an upside down eggplant right now? With some poorly drawn lips on it? I wish that you would be able to actually select something else, but nope. You cannot, even the user cannot change this, unfortunately. Okay, I knew that this wouldn't be too effective, but I wasn't. Well, yeah, it makes sense that it's not effective, is it? Whatever. There we go. At least we have a Pokemon that's able to take care of itself for a change. I guess I will be, delivering some justice this time by constantly using reps on my opponents. They will not like it, but neither did I, and now I can finally be the one in power. Although, if it comes to oppression, don't do that. Do not try to oppress people with the things that you are oppressed with, or things similar. But in this case, yeah, it does feel nice to deliver some of the same nonsense. Poor Oddish. I mean, I'm pretty sure this is what would happen if you would let the game run by itself as well. I don't see why it would go in a different direction. It should be able to understand what attack does more damage and whatnot. I wonder if someone has uploaded like a playthrough of the Pokemon game, but that's all done by a computer. Basically, a programmer programmed a system that uses artificial intelligence to have the game kind of play itself in the most efficient way possible, and it's basically being taught what is effective against what and what isn't effective against what. They will always use the most optimal move at any given time without being able to tell what move the opponent is going to use. So it's not that they are going to be psychic or anything, but they are aware of what moves your opponent could have or does have if they have shown this particular move, but they do not know it in advance in a certain turn. That would be really cool, I think, to be able to see something like that. That the game is being played by itself. Basically, a what if scenario. What would be the quickest time this could be completed? Kind of like a 2 assist speed run, but without any um, human input whatsoever. Oh my goodness. Whatever. What else? What else? No. Yeah, I guess this. No, maybe I will put Pokemon in the PC, but only if I have to go there because I have to heal. But yeah, I think I want to spend some time on Age of Empires 2 for the coming days, and basically just be busy with that. So I guess this Let's Play will take a short pause. Cool. That is exactly what I want. That is exactly what I want. So that is good. I'll just leave it like this for the time being. By the way, I haven't cancelled the Pikachu only challenge or anything, but I realized I haven't uploaded in a while. I just found this to be a little bit more interesting than what I was doing in that challenge series of videos. So that's why it isn't available yet. Well, at least we'll have some revenge to take against these Bellsprout. I mean, look at how happy it seems on the, opponent's side, but it kind of looks miserable and kind of looks like it's looking back at you when the sprite is on your side. That is so weird. Okay, I guess. It was definitely a mistake of using Vine Whip there. I mean, this is just great. That was a relative quick session. That's nice. Oh shit. I forgot. Oh boy. This was not smart at all, because now I have to switch things around again, because now the game thinks that, now whatever, this is how it should be. Okay, yeah, I will not be switching out anymore. I want to keep a full party of 6, and only after that, well, I try to switch Pokemon out. I would argue that the game that actually the games that contributed the most to the success of Pokemon would actually be the ones from the third generation, because of the abilities that they added. I'm not saying that the first two generations didn't do anything. Obviously, they caused the most popularity, but I would argue that the third generation just brought a lot of new faces into the mix, and I think this might have contributed in a strong community, because of the newer things that people were able to do. Okay. So, oh boy. Yeah, the thing is, I do need to switch out, right? Or is that not an issue now? Let's see, I should. Yeah, it's not really an issue now. It's still not great. I think I'm just gonna get a Pokemon from the Pokemon Center again and put it in party, just so I do not need to mess around with anything too much. I mentioned this in a different video, but I kind of wonder if there is some sort of stigma of visiting a Pokemon Center very often. I wonder if this was ever an episode or a manga chapter or anything like that, where a trainer is kind of shunned of visiting so often that people think that their Pokemon are just being treated very poorly. Okay, now it's a little bit better, I think. So, yeah, that's kind of how it should be. Um, I think I'm just trying to reset the moves in my head. Yeah, I think this is about how it should be. Anyway, I do want to say that I should be leaving you all again right now due to the fact that, as you saw earlier, my battery is quickly running out and I do not want to have to redo all of this again due to the fact that the battery runs out and I just do not notice it. So I'm just gonna save right here. I hope you have a good day and I'll see you some other time. Bye bye. No, save the game. There we go. And now I can say, yeah, 90% is a bit low for me.